Welcome back, my friends, and thank you for coming to join me for today's shave, where we are continuing our Christmas week with a repeat of B&M Vespers, which I'm just liking more and more. The more I smell it, the more I like it. I was looking at the container here trying to get some clues, and I found I was looking right at it for the scent notes and never saw it. But it says cranberry, balsam, mousse de saxe, and fern as the notes that are mentioned on here, and this is using the omnibus or base, I guess is what they called it. Now, looking at the ingredients, it appears to be, because it's pretty small and my eyes aren't very good, but it appears to be a vegan soap. Well, not vegan soap because it's got goat milk in there, but it's not a doesn't appear to have tallow in there. So still wonderful, makes a great lather. I'm using the same brush again. I'm using my chestnut brush. Today's razor is one of my older ones, and to be honest, I haven't used it a whole lot. And one of the reasons, well, it's a Swedish steel radium. I bought it to practice honing with, and when I got it, it was apparently just a fresh blank, because boy, this edge here where you can see there's a little bit of a frown to it. When I got it, it looked like a camel. The thing had a bump here and a bump there, and I got it down here using at the time I didn't have a lot of honing stones and stuff, still don't really, but I used an old barber's hone and then stropped it on an old phone book or newsprint. I think it was newsprint. And later I messed with it a little bit more when I got cauticles and tried to refine it, but I don't think I used it a whole lot beyond that. Maybe a couple times, but not a tremendous amount. So I didn't do any refining. I just stropped it again today, 30 and 40. One on a linen, actually a fire hose, and my Griffith strop. So we had a pretty excellent snow pass through yesterday. 1 minute there was no snow on the ground, next thing, poof, there's like 1.5 inches on the ground. So it was exciting, and I found my car to be pretty terrible in the snow, but that's not unexpected. The tires are too darn wide. So this thing is probably a 6/8 now. Fairly heavy, got beautiful work on the crown, on the spine, real decorative. I imagine if I ever you hear that, man, this thing is a vocal thing too. Holy moly. Now, it could be very pronounced in my ear because I've got my hearing aids in, or I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. If it is, you can comment on it in the comments. That's fine. This is a pretty tough steel, this thing. Swedish steel in general. Pretty tough stuff. It takes quite a bit extra patience to hone them, because being tough, it's very wear resistant too. Which means this thing will be working and able to shave long after I'm gone. Sensing I felt a little resistance. I thought, oh dear, because I might be getting ready to do a skinectomy. Stop, backed up. Don't try to push through any resistance. You gotta kind of be aware of where the business end of your razor is, because it could be bad. To remove skin rather than whiskers. There, first pass, pretty good. Skin was starting to dry out a little bit, or the soap was, because, well, I don't know. It's dry in the house, I guess. So, spouse unit is home today. We're gonna finish off some Christmas shopping, mostly just food to kind of get us through the holidays. And take in a little bit of the people watching that we do during the holidays. Because people wear some pretty excellent costumes this time of year. Our mall is all but shut down. All the anchor stores are gone. Now our store's still there, and I think Penny's is still there. But it's not as much fun for people watching as it used to be. But there will most certainly be some. That time I was moving my lip, kind of bringing it under the blade. Not sure how safe that is, but I did it anyway. You see where I had stopped? Yeah, if I'd gone through, that would have been a proper flap. This is quite a bit bigger blade than I used to using. Most of my blades are 1/2 inch to 5/8. You wouldn't think that extra 1/16 of an inch makes a big difference, but this one does. Especially because you got these two camel humps there, and a frowning blade is not the safest. Because you can lose track of the corners of your blade. So it's usually better to have this thing straight, but I was kind of loath to remove too much material from this thing when I was shaping it. I still will. This has got a nice swale here at the heel. Towards the toe, it's pretty straight. I think it's time to tune it up a little bit more. Shave is feeling pretty smooth. I know I'm going to have a little bit of a alum bite here where I got myself. I hope you guys are enjoying the Christmas preparations as much as we do. And it's usually a pretty fun time on the Shaving Cadre as well. We have a gift exchange. We exchange dresses for Christmas cards, and all the fun stuff like that. Pretty good shave. Fairly smooth. I wouldn't call it a baby butt smooth shave. This is more just a darn fine shave. Got a little bit of a ruffle here, but I don't want to press my luck too much with this particular razor. I suppose I could maybe knock a little bit off with the... Remember I told you that this is always on standby. It's hanging on a hook right here. So I can just knock off the rest of this frill because... yeah, there's a little bit of whiskers there. Some of it you can mistake. This is Thayer's Lemons, by the way. You can mistake whisker. The low whiskers are proud pores. The follicles are going to stick up a little bit, but the whiskers are cleaned off at the surface. And if you try to go after trying to make it smooth, you end up planing off a bunch of skin. That's a bad thing, because then you end up miserable for a while. We're using the aftershave that goes with this, which is very pleasant. Once again, it's a very contemplative scent. I failed to check between the last shave and this to see if this fragrance is still available. I hope it is, because if it is, it's one worth having for the holidays. And that's pretty much it. Well, let's put a little bit of talc on here just to finish it off. Let's put a little bit on here. And that's it for today's shave. We're going to continue. Again, I'm trying to transition into a 3-a-week regimen. I had been shaving twice a week, but I think I can do 3 if I don't carve my face off. I'm Major Rich, and you'll find me at theshavingcottery.com. If you're following me on YouTube and you're so inclined, like, share, subscribe, comment, and if any requests or any comments, I welcome. I read them all. Merry Christmas, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.